everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. What's next for you? Visit cnext.bank for more. Happy Monday. Everybody returning to normal today. Holiday week is over. Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, all done. And we bring in the first day of December with a winter weather advisory. And winter weather advisory, at least in effect for portions of southern Arkansas. We'll get to that in just a minute. A look at the radar this morning made possible by Brown's Roofing. Schedule your free roof inspection, brownsroofingla.com. And we're already seeing rain ongoing across western Arkansas, and obviously a lot of that is probably falling as freezing rain at this point. And then a little bit of snowfall farther northward. But, of course, as you look at the radar, when you look at the different precip types, I also want to preface that the radar is typically guessing at the type of precipitation that's falling in any one particular area. You got to look at surface observations. You got to look at ground reports to see what's actually falling, just simply because, again, a lot of that is basically the radar trying to estimate what is happening at the surface. We'll get to temperatures in just a minute. The winter weather advisory has been extended to include portions of southern Arkansas. It includes now Ouachita and Calhoun counties. The rest of southern Arkansas is left out. Janet, good morning to you. So generally speaking, we're not expecting a lot of significant impacts from what unfolds today. But there could be a window of opportunity for a brief bout of freezing rain across southern Arkansas, specifically in Ouachita and Calhoun counties, later this morning and into the early afternoon. Becky, good morning to you as well. The general thought process is that any accumulation, ice accretion, accumulation that we would see would likely be confined to elevated surfaces. You're not going to see it on the ground just because the ground temperatures are too warm. But it does give us a window of opportunity for maybe some areas to maybe see some icy spots on bridges, overpasses, and things of that nature. Not expecting that to be a prolonged, widespread problem, but just be smart on the roadways today, especially if your particular area is below freezing. That winter weather advisory goes until 6 a.m. tomorrow. Usually those don't need to be extended, and I don't foresee that being an issue this go-round. Temperatures across the area are above freezing already. We're at 39 in Monroe, 35 in El Dorado, 36 in Magnolia and Camden, 37 in Ruston, 41 in Vicksburg, 42 in Natchez. And I know you're probably thinking, Jared, how in the world, if we're already above freezing, how can we expect to get freezing rain across southern Arkansas? Well, here's why. Look at the dew points, and there's still quite a bit of dry air in place. So you got air temperatures here, and you got dew points here. All right? Well, air's too dry to get rain down to the surface because dew point's too dry at this point. So as the first rounds of rain come in, what happens is a process called evaporative cooling, and so a lot of water evaporates into the air. That cools the air down, brings the dew point up. Now, where those two meet when the air becomes saturated, that's the big question. There is the potential for those numbers to kind of meet at 31 degrees across portions of southern Arkansas. So obviously as the air becomes saturated, that means that we can get water to freeze on surfaces that are below freezing. Again, that's how freezing rain forms, and that's how we would expect things to kind of shake out later this morning if we were to get freezing rain down to the surface across southern Arkansas. For the rest of us, above freezing, likely to stay above freezing. It's going to be a cold, miserable rain today, but you won't have to deal with the winter weather aspects. Winds are out of the northeast. Again, a little bit breezy at times this morning. That'll get your attention as you step outside. Generally in the 10 to 15 mile an hour range. So we're still pulling in a lot of cold air, and then we're overrunning we're running a lot of moisture kind of over this air mass. We call it overrunning. We didn't really spend a lot of time on calling it something else. But it's just overrunning moisture atop that cold air mass that gives us this window of opportunity for a cold rain for most of us. And again, freezing rain potentially for some. Janice, Janelle, Ruby, and Onethia, good morning to all of you as well. Futurecast made possible by Bayou Power Sports, I-20 Frontage Road in Monroe. Shows that kind of the scenario that shapes up for late this morning, early this afternoon, where that evaporative cooling takes place and we kind of see temperatures balance out close to the freezing mark. Futurecast no longer advertising freezing rain really in our area. keeps Camden, Monticello, areas along Highway 278, which we pointed out yesterday, generally just above freezing. Again, it's going to be kind of a fine line that we are going to toe through the course of the day. Showers become widespread as the day progresses. A lot of us will see quite a bit of rainfall. It flushes off from northwest to southeast tonight. And depending on how skies clear tonight, a lot of us will drop below freezing for Tuesday morning. So make sure that you're prepared for that. Depending on how long you see clearing skies in your area, it really kind of dictates how much time you spend below freezing. There will be areas along the Mississippi Valley that may not even get to freezing before the sun rises on Tuesday. Most of us will land in the 40s for daytime highs as we go through the day on Tuesday, so be prepared for another chilly day, but it won't be quite as cold as it is today. Futurecast rain totals generally paints most of us in the half-inch range today. Some areas could be up to 3/4 of an inch or a full inch of rainfall, but it's just generally showers. Not really expecting thunderstorms or anything like that as we continue through the day. Bobby, good morning to you as well. Check of freezing rain totals. Here they are over the next 36, 48 hours, something like that. Obviously, the main focus is this morning and into early afternoon across southern Arkansas. We were getting, Futurecast was advertising some freezing rain totals in Camden and Monticello yesterday. You can still see the very, very subtle shades of pink across far northern sections of Ouachita County and into Calhoun County, maybe even far northern Bradley County. But again, these are just computer models that are just simulating things, and it's going to be, like I said, a fine line between the areas that see some freezing rain through the course of this Monday and those who just stay above freezing. And generally speaking, again, I think the areas along and immediately north of Highway 278 have the best chances in our area. If you are traveling across the remainder of the region, say from Texarkana to Little Rock, and you're going to be on I-30 at some point today, keep an eye on the travel impacts because, again, freezing rain will be a little bit more concentrated to our north as we go through the day. Here's a look at what's called the WSSI. It's the Winter Storm Stress Indicator, basically just kind of indicating who could see impacts from winter weather today. This is kind of a national product, and it does show the potential for some minor impacts across far southern Arkansas. It also has limited impacts all the way to the state line. I can't foresee us getting freezing rain all the way to the state line. In fact, I can't really see us getting it farther south than Highway 278 at this point. But, again, splitting hairs. This is a very delicate forecast. Winter weather forecasts are always delicate in this area. For folks all the way down on I-20, I had some folks reaching out last night. Hey, I got to drive along I-20. We're going to be above freezing all day. It's just going to be rainfall. It'll be a cold rain. It'll be kind of nasty, but just be aware of that. Sean, Barbara, May, good morning to all of you. Thanks so much for stopping by the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. Again, this morning's forecast is generally focused on that, on the winter weather advisory and the things across southern Arkansas. I know in some minds it may be, well, he's spending a lot of time on a very small area. The rest of us is just going to be rainy. So expect a rainy day. Jan, good morning to you as well. 43 for a daytime high. A lot of spots won't get to 43. Of course, your specific locations forecast is available at digitalweatherdesk.com and on the Digital Weather Desk app. I would think southern Arkansas stays in the 30s today. If you get to 40 degrees across southern Arkansas, consider yourself lucky. Could even top out close to 50 along the Mississippi Valley. Areas like Natchez and along the Mississippi Valley, I wouldn't be surprised to see upper 40s to near 50 degrees a little bit later today. Lows tonight fall back to near the freezing mark. Showers will wrap up from northwest to southeast. Ken and Sherry, good morning to both of you as well. Thanks so much for stopping in. Shonda, good morning to you. Sweater on top of sweaters. Kim, good morning as well. Yeah, it's going to be chilly today. And make sure that outer layer can take a little bit of rainfall too. Because we're expecting the showers through the day. As skies clear from northwest to southeast tonight, we'll look for lows to fall to near the freezing mark. Winds will stay out of the north-northwest. Again, some areas will drop to freezing, some areas won't. Really just depends on how the cloud cover treats us and where temperatures fall before everything starts warming up after sunrise. Jada, Christy, good morning as well. 4-layer kind of day for Melinda. I believe it. Look at the 7-day forecast made possible by 3B Hardware. In full disclosure, the Thursday-Friday forecast, I expect that to change with the new data as it comes in later today. I wanted to kind of change the forecast, but I wanted to wait until this morning's data came in, which should be in around 2 or 3 hours or so. So by the time we roll in for the midday stream, I'll have the forecast completely refreshed. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday look fine. But again, the Thursday, Friday rain chances, I'm like, no. So before I made any wholesale changes to the forecast, wanted to wait and just get a little bit more data in. Highs will be in the low 50s by Thursday, Friday. I know it is parade time in El Dorado Thursday night for the Christmas parade. I've already been asked about the rain potential for Thursday. It does not look favorable. But again, the forecast still has an opportunity to be tweaked and changed, and I do expect to see some changes later today. It doesn't necessarily bode well for the Thursday rainfall chances, but maybe we get out of the rain on Friday for high school football plans and things like that. But again, still too early in the process to get overly specific about that kind of stuff. And that's a look at the forecast this morning. Again, mainly focused on rain and the potential for freezing rain across southern Arkansas. We'll kind of stretch our legs with the rest of the forecast later today, looking at Thursday and Friday. Expect temperatures to drop below freezing Wednesday morning for most locations. That should be of note. And again, it's just off and on rainfall. The rain today, back in Thursday, Friday, probably back in at some point next week as we set the stage to a more active pattern. Good news is, not really looking at thunderstorms. It looks to just be rainfall, and the rain is beneficial considering how drought-stricken much of the region is to start the month of December. Too Long Didn't Read comes out at 9:30. Everything's kind of back to normal today. Hopefully you enjoy your day at work if you're headed back today. If you are not, well, lucky you. And make sure that you keep up to date with the forecast through the day. Forecast is always available at digitalweatherdesk.com. Trish, good morning to you. And it's also available on the Digital Weather Desk app, available for Apple and Android users. Again, look for more tweaks and changes to the forecast as we go through the day, along with the interactive radar, which works nationwide. Again, Too Long Didn't Read out in a little bit. Midday stream, late day stream, fishing game, all that stuff coming later today. Thanks so much for stopping by the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. As always, I'm so glad you're here. Enjoy your Monday. Be safe on the roadways. We'll keep you updated as we go through the day.